Welcome traders to the weekend edition. My name's Des Woodruff here at Grok Trade, and this video is good through Sunday, April 3rd, 2011. I'm going to be moving very quickly here due to the large amount of information I'm going to be throwing at you, so buckle up and be ready for this. Now, have you heard the old trading axiom that says, buy the rumor, sell on the news? Well, the news is out. Unemployment rate dropped lower than expectations at 8.8%. And we do have crude oil up over $108 a barrel. Gang, that's a 30-month high. Anyway, next week is going to be very light on economic news, so it's all about the charts. Let's get looking at the charts. We're looking here at the Snp Daily Chart. We drop. The bottom, shoot straight up here. We are extended, gang. This has been a very fun ride. I went flat the market going into the lunch hour, or just prior to the lunch hour on Friday. And look what we received by day's end. We have a shooting star reversal pattern on the daily chart. We have the MACD set at 5.9 as the filter. Up, getting ready to do what? Roll over. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a drop commence. But let's go into a bigger time frame here. We're looking at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, drop, pop. We're up here. We are coming, knocking at the door, some major resistance. Write this number down, 1344. 1344 is this high. That should act as significant resistance. And if we do go higher, maybe 1350 and some change. But the question is, will it stay there for very long, and will it retrace once it gets there? If so, we'd be making a very large double top formation. That is a trend reversal to the downside if it does start to make that. And that M shape stands for murder. However, I'm not going to get too nervous unless we get below 1305. Write that number down. That's the low of this candlestick for the week, 1305. If we go lower than that, that would be a pivot taking place in the markets, and we certainly could start to take a dive southbound. Here is the monthly on the S&P. The monthly, we go up, and then we get a dragonfly doji. Anytime you get a doji at the very high of a leg or the very low of a leg, that is a reversal pattern, regardless if it's a gravestone doji, a long leg doji, or a dragonfly doji. We have a doji. If you blow it up, you could argue, hey, there's a little bit of a body there. If you get a little bit of a body, that is a hanging man formation, which is also a candlestick reversal pattern in the making. Now, on Friday, we did make a higher high. You can see this, or starting off the month, Friday, which was April 1st, we did make a higher high. The question is, can we continue to make higher highs, or is this thing going to bleed out? Anybody's guess. But on the monthly chart, the number I want you to write down is 1322. So if we get down below 1322, watch out. That's this swing low back here at the beginning of 2008 coming across. If we get below that, that could spell trouble. Now here's the Dow. The Dow 30 daily chart. We had a great run. Everything looks hunky-dory here. Higher high, higher low, everything is fine. However, we're at this resistance point. This 12,389 right there come across, that's acting as resistance. This would be a very logical place for the markets to turn around. The MACD is starting to show us the same thing. Let's bring the weekly in. The weekly, we're right here at resistance, gang. Right there at it. We got this swing low to deal with, but if this does act as resistance and we can't keep going higher here, this could be our double top formation. Double top formation on the weekly chart. Ouch. Let's look at the monthly. The monthly on the Dow looks just like the S&P. Hanging man trend reversal formation, or hanging man candlestick reversal formation. We have made a higher high on day one of the market. But what's going to happen next? Here's a couple lines I want to show you. It's these red ones coming across here. Blow this up a little bit so we can really see these two numbers. 12,279, 12,227. Those two areas are big time areas that we're wanting to watch for. So watch for those. And on the monthly chart, let's go here to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq, man, look at this. Boom, big run up, coming into some major resistance. You can see here, resistance, 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 resistance. We're right there at resistance. So we have this, what looks to be an evening star reversal pattern. And anything below this tight trend line that I've drawn would be really, really bad. So for example, if we go lower than 2778 area, that would be probably the beginning of a little drop taking place, and you can see the MACD is just begging, it's just wanting to roll over here. However, we don't have a negative tick yet on the histogram. But once those two lines do cross over, you will get that negative tick. Here's the weekly on the Nasdaq. We're not even at resistance yet. Now, the S&P is at resistance. The Dow is at resistance. Nasdaq is relatively weaker than the others. We're not at this resistance point yet. And so anyway, we're making a pop. We got a little bit of room to go here. So the line that we're looking at is 28.34, 28.34. To the downside, the number I want us to pay attention to, write this one down, 26.89. If we go lower than this area, we need to kind of wake up, smell the coffee, because we could be seeing a market change happening. Here's the monthly on the Nasdaq. Looks a lot like the others. We have a hanging man. Here we made a slight higher high, maybe an equal high at best. And we're in a stalemate at this very moment going into next week. It just wouldn't surprise me. A lot of profit takers come into the markets. That's why I'm flat right now. Here's small caps, the Russells. They're showing a little bit of a different story here because we're making nice highs. The small caps making nice highs. That lends to the argument that the markets are still strong because these guys have not rolled over yet. But if the small caps start to roll over and we go below 836, that's going to be an eye-opener. Here's the weekly. On the Russells, we're making a high. You can see that high that we're making. Not too shabby. We are in a rising wedge. We do have the CCI diverging. If you look at all those charts on the weeklies, you'll see the CCI is diverging. So that doesn't bode overly well here. And let's bring the monthly in. On the Russells, look at that. That's a beautiful hanging man formation. They can be green, white, red, purple, pink. It doesn't matter. Hanging man right there. We did make a higher high at a major resistance. That's at 850. You can't even hardly see it. It's a doji right at 850. And we are at a very dangerous place. Now, I'm going to be doing a live webinar. If you want to join me live for a short time, I'm going to try to keep it around 30 minutes. Feel free to join me. It's Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I'm going to be talking about my trading computer, how it's set up, things that you should consider adding to your trading computer, and also charting platforms that are out there, the one that I use, and brokers, the one that I use, and also the other ones that are out there. And kind of I'll give you my opinions on all those. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short. If you want to join us, all you have to do is go to the website, freeonlinetradingeducation.com, freeonlinetradingeducation.com, and just click on calendar. And on the calendar, go to the event on April 5th, and just click on that link and RSVP through GoToWebinar. So thank you for being a part, and we look forward to seeing you at the webinar coming up this week, and happy and safe trading to each and every one of you. Always remember that it's all about risk. It's all about capital preservation and focusing on trading and trading well. Let the byproduct be profitability.